Well, welcome in to My Dogs Are Barking on MPW Digital. I'm Landon. This is Austin, and welcome to the Sunday show. We will have a recap of the loss versus Kentucky last night. Was in attendance and way up in the rafters, but what an atmosphere it was in Starkville last night. But the Bulldogs just could not finish it out. We'll talk about kind of why that was, kind of what the response is now that the loss is there, and then take some time and we will preview the Auburn game this Tuesday, which has become a very big game after such a tough loss at home against Kentucky. Austin. But we will get into that and we'll get Austin's Austin's thoughts and go back and forth with this. Would love to hear from you. But first, want to make sure you guys know that my dogs are barking are brought to you in part by who, Austin?
By Arpa's, good old Arpa's Coffee and Bar.
That's right, Arpa's Coffee Bar in Starkville in the Cotton District. Arpa's understands that great food and drinks are best enjoyed in the company of friends and loved ones. I was there last night. Also, I went by before the game and got because it was cold outside, man, and Cotton District was hopping. So I got a very hot coffee and got to walk around a little bit, and it was a good vibe, man. You guys need to check it out. They have all kinds of coffee. They also have all kinds of really good food. But when you're in the mood for some different type of coffee, it's the place to go. And I also got the 15% off discount for being a listener of the My Dogs Are Barking podcast. And you guys can do the same thing. So make sure you tell them you're a listener of the My Dogs Are Barking podcast for 15% off. But it's in the Cotton District in Starkville. Do not want to miss out on ARPA's. And also, hey, um, Carson Beck signed a very big deal to end up going to Miami. Quinn Ewers. Um, if he doesn't sign with an insurance agency, he's going to sign with a big NIL deal somewhere. He's probably going to get rich. But what does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. Skip Langley is your Batesville, Mississippi Edward Jones advisor for summer clients in the area and across the state of Mississippi. Count on him for financial strategies that can help you support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. So contact him today at 662-563-9843. And together you can find your rich. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Austin, Mississippi State suffers a very tough loss last night at the hands of Kentucky. I'm going to share what was our live stats that we used last night. But man, break this one down. What I guess the biggest question I want to get from you is, what was your thoughts of Mississippi State at the end of this? Was it different than whenever it came into the game?
Honestly, no. As a Bulldog fan, going into the game, I think we all had high expectations that we were going to win this game. But at the end of the day, I mean, Kentucky is one of the best teams in the country. Kentucky is still Kentucky basketball at the end of the day. And, it hurts, but it's not like we got blown out. We were still in this game until the very last minute of the game. I mean, we still didn't know who was going to win. The fans there, I think, felt really good about it just watching it on television. Obviously, you were at the game, so I know But it seemed like everybody, kept believing until the final buzzer went off. And it was just a tough game to watch. It was just kept going back and forth. It was a stressful game to watch. I can't imagine being there and being stressed out about who was going to win. But yeah, honestly, my feelings have not changed. I mean, offensively, we looked very deep. All kind of guys were getting in double digits. So that was really, really good. And yeah, it sucks we couldn't get it done. Obviously, we don't need to be letting any team score 95 points on us, because if teams are scoring 95 points, we're not going to win many games. Let's be honest. So we gotta clear that up defensively. But I mean, Kentucky was the better team. I'll say it. Kentucky was easily the better team. In those last few minutes, we saw them finish out the game. And Mississippi State hasn't really been in this big game atmosphere in a long time, just because we haven't been able to compete really. And when we do compete, we end up losing, and we weren't even that good that season. So this year we got a heck of a team. We got a heck of a future, and I'm really excited to see what the Dogs are coming. But I mean, this game doesn't define us in any way, and I think we still are a force to be reckoned with in the SEC and in all of college basketball.
Yeah. Well, and think about it. I mean, State loses this game by 5. I think there is some reason we do not get on here and just pump sunshine. Like whenever things are bad, look, we can go back and I would advise you not to go back and listen to our episodes during during football season. But we lost a lot of games, and we were in here saying like, man, things have got to change. And in the same way, like Mississippi State's team has faced a Kentucky team that was lights out. I mean, Jax Robinson was, look at that, 7 for 10 from three, 7 3-pointers. Was incredibly efficient. And as a team, you see the numbers right there. They were 50% from 3-pointer, and they made 16 of them. That's pretty crazy. I mean, really, you got to think about it. No other team is going to be able to put up numbers like that on this Mississippi State team, I wouldn't think. And then what sticks out here for Mississippi State, like Cam Matthews, let's just say this, an one of the best performances I've ever seen a Mississippi State basketball player put up. He was unreal. Josh Hubbard, man, is just he's just off. I don't know how to explain it. 3 of 11 shooting from three, especially in the last 2 minutes there. State's down by 1 point, and he jacks up a three. And I get it. Like, at some point, the threes have got to fall. But like, you were a guy. Like, I never played basketball in high school or anything. You at least have the high school level. At some point, like, why not go to somebody else who had been doing it? Going back to Matthews driving it, or see if you can kick it out to somebody else. Is it the thought that, like, he's got to hit it at some point? Is that why they kept going?
I think so, and I think it's because I think it's just Hubbard. I think Hubbard knows that he has the green light. We've seen him hit those shots. I think is the main thing. He knows he can hit it. They just weren't falling yesterday. We've seen a lot of Josh Hubbard after, I mean, this year and a half he's been here. So we know what shots he can hit. And every shot that he took last night was not like there's 0% chance he's going to win. Like, he can hit some of those shots. They just weren't falling last night when we needed them to. But if I were Chris Jans, I would have given the ball to somebody else. Josh Hubbard is easily the best player on this team. I don't want to shame him at all. But, I mean, everybody has off nights, and from Michael Jordan to LeBron to Steph Curry, everybody has off nights. And Hubbard's shot just was not falling, especially in that second half. And so, yeah, we have a lot of depth on this team. I was talking to you about this last night. We have a lot of depth on this team. We don't need to be, just playing through one person. Last year, who was going to take the final shot? Deshaun Davis? I don't think so when he got Josh Hubbard. We have a lot of other guys this year that can really compete at a high level and that can finish out games. And so, just relying on Josh Hubbard late in the game it's not something we need to do, especially in SEC play. Every single SEC coach knows Josh Hubbard's name, I guarantee it. And so they know going into the game they're going to have to guard number 12. And so that's going to be tough for Josh Hubbard to realize this season going into SEC play. And so it's going to be interesting to see what Chris Jans and Josh Hubbard talk about, off the court about, shot selection and how they need to finish out these late games.
Yeah, and in the press conference last night, James was asked about, does Hubbard need to tone down the shots as opposed to last year? It was a great question because, he has more help now. He doesn't have to, shoot as many times as he had been doing. And I don't know, man. Josh Hubbard just seems to have such a understanding of kind of who he is and not. I don't know. He just seems very secure in himself when he's speaking. And his teammates feel the same way about him. I just feel like last night, even though State gave up 95, but if you watch the game, there were moments when they were tenacious on defense. I mean, they were like Sean Jones, a guy that never gets talked about. I'm telling you, he is such a glue guy. Like, he does so many things well defensively for you. And look, then he had the Kugel injury along with Hubbard not playing well. Keyshawn, had moments, but he didn't even score double digits in this game. And still, State was this close, along with Kentucky having just a crazy good shooting night. So, yeah, you're right. Kentucky's a really good team. Kentucky's a team that, if they played like that, let's be real, who in the world could beat a team shooting that well, especially when like two of their top three players are not playing well. So, to put a bow on it, Humphrey Coliseum was sold out and loud, and it was fun, man. Like, there was a lot of energy in the building last night. And Kentucky's a very good team. They beat a very good team in Mississippi State. And this week's going to be interesting to see what it's going to be like. First off, is Kugel, okay? Can Hubbard get going? Hubbard just has not really put together a great performance this season. And we just keep feeling like, okay, when is it going to happen? Is it going to happen now? Is it going to happen now? And at some point, it's got to go off, And could that be an opportunity this Tuesday? It's definitely an opportunity, but this Tuesday at Auburn. Auburn played Josh Hubbard really, really tough last year and guarded him really well. I don't know if he's going to get that going. And then Saturday, Mississippi State has Ole Miss. But walking away from this, you kind of feel the same, more positive, more negative for Mississippi State?
I would say honestly the same. I knew going into it how good we were, and if you would have told me before the game, "Hey, Mississippi State scoring 90 points," I would have said, "Dang, we probably beat them by 15 plus." And, we just gotta live with that. I mean, I hate to, put the 9 times out of 10, but I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna make 16 threes and shoot 50% from the three-point line. That's not gonna happen every single game. And I hate to do that, but it's true. It's true. And I'm not saying 9 times out of 10 we would have beat them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying they're not gonna be shooting like that. They're not gonna be scoring 95 points. And so, going out of the game, I'm not really hurting too bad. I mean, it was a great fought game. If we would have got beat by 20 points, I would have said, yeah, maybe we might be a little fraudulent. Maybe we just haven't played anybody. Maybe Vandy really is not very good. But yeah, we held our own and we could have won this game. We definitely could have easily won this game going down the wire, but we couldn't figure it out. So no, I'm not feeling too bad.
Yeah, I'm on the. I feel the same, and then just a tad bit encouraged. Like it sucks State loses this game late, but I cannot reiterate how incredible it was that Kentucky was shooting as well as they did. It was unreal. And again, without Mississippi State's best players, I guess you just think like State would have lost. And at one point they go down by 14. State rallies back and to come back a little bit. So I'm almost encouraged because it shows to take a team like this down to the wire is huge. Now, question really is now that they've got this game out of the way, what does Tuesday night look like? And Tuesday night, Mississippi State is going down to Auburn, and we will discuss that on the other side of the break. And just let you know, My Dogs Are Barking is back on Sunday evenings, sometimes Monday mornings. I think this one should be posted tonight, Sunday, and then on Thursdays we have our other show. So we're back to 2 times during the week, and anytime we have portal news and stuff, you can check that stuff out on our Twitter, or we'll discuss it here. Also, make sure you are subscribed to our Substack, which is where we have free articles from last night. I had a free story from last night to kind of tell you what the kind of tempo was. If you were not watching it live, and you want to know what that is, it's not behind a paywall or anything. It's completely free, so you'll be able to read that there. Yeah, I hope I was not. I had to drive back from Starkville to Tuscaloosa last night, so I didn't. And then when I got back, I mean, it was it was 1 in the morning, so I didn't spend a lot of time on social media or anything. And sometimes that's a great thing. And so I don't even know what fans' reactions were to this game. I mean, hopefully they were encouraged, especially by Cam Matthews. I mean, he gave every single ounce, and I'm hoping that hopefully he's 100% for Tuesday night, because I mean he really put it all on the line. I'd love to know how many minutes he played. Let me see if I can find it here. 36 minutes. Yeah, anybody on either team. 36 minutes. The other guy closest to that was Claudell Harris, and Claudell Harris he just didn't have a great day shooting the ball. 3 of 9 from three, 4 of 11 from the field. Melendez was pretty cold from the field. Matthews actually was 2 of 3, which was just pretty insane. So we will take a quick break. We'll hear from Neil, and then we will come back and we will preview the very big game for Tuesday night when Mississippi State takes on the number 2 team in the nation on the road at Auburn. So we will be right back after the break to discuss it.
All MPW digital podcasts are brought to you by our friends at Parish Brewing Company, located in the heart of Cajun country in Broussard, Louisiana. Parish Brewing Company's simple goal is to make awesome craft brewed beer, and they do it remarkably well. The doctor is introducing their new go-to IPA, Dr. Juice. It's a highly crushable juice bomb, dry hopped with a blend of their favorite hand-selected hops from the Yakima Valley in Washington. Dr. Juice's drinkability is sneaky good, considering it clocks in at 6% ABV. The pour glows a rich cantaloupe hue with a thick frosted haze, soft mouthfeel, an aroma and taste that's full of passion fruit, papaya, and blood orange, making it drink like a glass of freshly squeezed juice. They also have Ghost in the Machine. It's a double IPA brewed with obscene quantities of hand-selected Citra hops from Yakima Valley. Expect pungent grapefruit flavors and aromas, tropical fruit, less harsh bitterness than most IPAs. Again, it's Parish Brewing Company, Wherever you get your beer, check out Parish. Make sure that you look for them, because any beer that you get from Parish is going to be absolutely outstanding. Thank you from MPW Digital.
Well, welcome back to My Dogs Are Barking. And man, Austin just pointed out to me I had some microphone issues, but you should be hearing me a little bit better now. So hopefully a little bit clearer. Sorry about that. Moving from turning our old office into a baby room and turning this now into the office, I moved all my stuff back over, but did not have everything properly aligned. So, but let's get to this Tuesday, Austin. Mississippi State is traveling at Auburn, number 2 team in the nation. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to share a little bit of Auburn statistics with you just so you can see it on the screen. Now, here's the biggest news from this game. Johnny Broome, who is their best player, averages basically 18 and 11. Their assist leader. I mean, he's everything. Everything runs through this guy. Was injured on Saturday night, and he is out indefinitely, is what they are calling it now. So I would assume, for all likelihood, he is not playing on Tuesday night. Out indefinitely, and he also almost has 3 blocks a game as well. He's a monster. He's a really, really good player. And State had some issues with him last season because he's a feisty player, and he matches up with Cam Matthews, and they can kind of be physical together. But now, with him being out, you look at some of their other guys who they have to score. Obviously, Baker Mazzara averages about 13, Pettiford 11.3, and then the guards average about 10 points a piece, and also can shoot the ball from 3 really well. And then Johnson gives him some depth off the bench. Austin, is it a foregone conclusion? Like what is State's shot here since Broome is out? That just seems like a huge deal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I didn't notice how much, like how he leads in almost every category. That's insane. Yeah, I think with Broome in, with him fully healthy, I don't know of a good chance of us. But yeah, I doubt he plays, and I have a good feeling that we have a legit shot at this game. It is in the jungle, on the plains in Auburn. That does suck. That obviously does not help us one bit, but I think this is definitely a winnable game for us. We just got to come in. We haven't really played in a huge hostile environment, especially in the SEC. Vanderbilt wasn't too much of a hostile environment, but Auburn, this is going to be a totally different monster. So this is going to be a statement away game for our first really tough away game, and this is going to be a serious game. We gotta step it up. They can't be hitting big shots. We gotta limit the 3-point shots over there. And but I do think that we can really compete in this game, and we could possibly win this game. It's just gonna be very tough, but maybe they just look lost out there without Broome. I don't know.
I got to tell you something, man, and it might be a little. I got State's schedule. Actually, here's a better angle, but State schedule's pulled up for those who are watching on YouTube. So State has Auburn this week on the road. They got Ole Miss Saturday in the Humphrey Coliseum. Then at number 1 next Tuesday. I mean, Lord, you play 2 this week, play 1 the week after that. I got to be honest with you, Austin. With Broome being out, State really needs to win this game to maintain kind of where they are in terms of being a top 10 overall seed, so like being a 2 seed, being a 3 seed. State really, really needs to win this game, because Auburn, I mean, this is as down as they're going to be right now. I mean, they won their game versus South Carolina. It was a fight, But with Broome being out, it seems like this is just something State has got to do their best to. I mean, obviously do their best to win. I feel like State needs this one after that close loss to LSU. I mean, Kentucky, because it erases that. You'd have a top 5 win on the road as opposed to losing to a top 5 opponent, at home, or top 6 opponent in Kentucky. It would do wonders, right?
Yeah, I agree. It would help a whole lot. I mean, beating the number 2 team on the road, Auburn's a fantastic team. They could easily be the number 1 team. Yeah, I think it would help out a whole lot, and especially it would maintain our 2 seed after that tough loss against Kentucky. But it's going to be a dogfight. It really is. It's going to be a very tough game for us to win. But if we were to win, it would be massive for us to get.
Yeah, after Saturday or after Saturday night, I wonder what the conditioning looks like for Cam Matthews and for some of those other guys. But this is a huge win, and State has a great opportunity. It has to fall for Hubbard at some point to come through, and then State turns right back around, and they're at home versus Ole Miss on Saturday.
And that's another huge game, man. Like that's going to be a game where we'll talk a lot more in depth on Saturday, but Ole Miss is undefeated in the SEC. Now they have not played the same level of competition. They played at Georgia, they played at LSU. They went on the road against Arkansas, which is hard to go on the road, but Arkansas doesn't seem to be a team that's got it all together just yet. They might get it together a little bit later on in the season. But that's going to be another game for Mississippi State. It's just the hits just continue to keep coming. And I think all in all, Austin, give us your thoughts in terms of prediction on the road. It's going to be at Auburn Tuesday night. So in 2 days from now at 6 p.m.
No, I mean it's gonna be hard to win. I mean, I guarantee we're probably not gonna be favored for this game. A lot of people are gonna be counting us out. I don't know. This game could really go back and forth. I mean, if I had to predict it, I mean, I hate to pick against us. So I think I'm gonna pick us. I think I'm gonna do it. I think it's gonna be a very close game. But with Broom being out, I think that really opens up a lot, especially for the bigs. Keyshawn Murphy might have a really big game, and as long as Cam Matthews stays out of foul trouble, I think if he stays in the game and he plays again, if he plays another 36 minutes after maybe getting some rest these next couple days, I think that we have a real potential of winning this. And Hubbard has, if Hubbard can drop 20 and then we get double digits from Melendez, maybe, from one or two other guys, I think we have a real shot at this game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think State has got a chance to win. I would not be surprised if State wins this game Tuesday and loses to Ole Miss Saturday because of it'd be such a big momentum swing. And just kind of seems like the Mississippi State way, like, oh man, what a win. This is incredible. And then goes out and drops one to Ole Miss. So, and again, we'll talk about Ole Miss a lot more in depth Thursday. Might even see if Neil is available. That might be kind of fun. But all in all, I'm going to pick State to win this game because of Broom being out. And here's the thing: if State loses this one, they lose versus Kentucky, lose versus Auburn with Broom being out. It's not a great way to start. And they're both really, really good teams. But man, if State is also wanting to be included in being a good team, this is one you need to win. If not, if you just want to be a 7 seed or 8 seed, State could lose this game and lose versus Ole Miss and kind of hobble along and still make the tournament. That's not really the question. The question is how well will they be seeded? And if they want a good seed, this is a game they need to win. I think State wins this game, and hopefully they'll have a good plan for Hubbard. If he's going to be a big time player, he's got to kind of come through in some of these games here. So anything else to finish with, Austin, before we get out of here and then come back on Thursday?
Yeah, now just a message to the fans, it was a tough game on Saturday, but we can't be super discouraged. Hail State, we got a big game on Tuesday. We just got to rally with the boys on Tuesday, and hopefully if you can come out there to the Plains, I'm sure tickets are insane. But if you could go to that game, that would be really cool. But yeah, let's not be too discouraged. Let's not talk too crazy about Josh Hubbard, and let's get through it.
To the tickets for Auburn is $128.
That's crazy.
128 says the lowest ticket available.
Crazy.
That's pretty nuts. Yeah. Won't be there for that one. We'll see if we get credentialed for Ole Miss in Starkville, and we'll see where that goes. But yeah, we let us know what your thoughts are going into Tuesday night. I think you have to be encouraged after Saturday night, even despite a loss. Kentucky gave State everything they could handle and more. State really was kind of handicapped themselves in several ways and still ended up making it, a very, very close game. So I think State comes out with a win on Tuesday night, and really they need to, again, if they want to be a top seed. So we will see along where it goes, and we will see you guys back here on Thursday. And so make sure you keep up with us on Twitter. It's just at MyDawgsPod. We'll talk about what if we have a guest who's going to be on the show. Austin, college football playoff before we get out of here. Ohio State and Notre Dame for the national championship, man, isn't that what we predicted? Didn't one of us predict? Did I predict that?
You predict that. Yeah, that was all you. You predicted that. I picked Texas to beat Ohio State, and I was wrong. You were right about Ohio State. They won it, and it's gonna be a big game on Monday. I'm pretty sure Monday.
Is it Monday? Wait, tomorrow?
No, next Monday. Sorry, no, not tomorrow.
Oh,
next
okay. I was about to say, what in the world? How have I not even thought about that? Yeah. I'm stupid. Yeah, they just played 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next Monday.
I got you. Yeah, we can talk about that on next Sunday's show if we want to. It doesn't seem. It seems like Ohio State's got it all put together. And good luck for Notre Dame stopping them. But I did not think Notre Dame, certainly at the beginning of the season, would get this far. But their bracket just looked kind of favorable as time went on. So, yeah. Well, wonderful. Well, awesome, Austin. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you guys so much for listening to the My Dogs Are Barking podcast on MPW Digital. We'll holler at you on Thursday.